Hello friends and welcome to another Modern League. Today I'm going to be playing Burn, the modern deck that we all know and love. Everybody loves this deck. It's a known fact. Um, uh, this is actually one of the first decks that I ever played in Modern, and I think that a lot of people can actually share that experience. A lot of us are told when we're first getting into a format like Modern, Pauper, and Legacy, start with Burn. It's a fairly simple deck, and you're going to be able to um, accomplish your game plan and learn a lot about the format as you go. The thing is, Burn actually has a little bit more to it than people give it credit for. Burn specialists are going to be able to play the deck with way more proficiency than somebody, like just picking it up, which just seems fairly obvious. But while it has been a little while since I picked the deck up, this used to be my bread and butter. Like I said, I started Modern with it. I played with it quite a bit. Since then, it's something that I used to like to take to a tournament as well, just because of how consistent it can be. But I think that's enough of me gushing on about Burn. We all know what the deck is. It counts to 20, so let's get counting, find our first opponent, and get this started. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Xanathel, yo, what's up? All right, well, this hand it's fine. It doesn't have a turn one creature, which is one of the things we're really looking for, but we got a Rift Bolt. So let's start with that. Just thinking, do I want a Sacred Foundry here? We already got white mana from the Sunbaked Canyon, but we're eventually might want to crack that. Let's go for basic. Okay, Urza Tron to start. This should be a good matchup, but I have lost this matchup before. So we can't get overconfident, counting our chickens before they hatch or whatever. Interesting. I like the Helix. So what do we do here? I think we play a 1 mana spell and then try and 2 spell for the next 2 turns, depending on what our draws are going to be. Hey Titan, cheers. Yeah, I'm doing all right. How you doing? Ooh, double power plant. Ooh, Chalice on 1. That's unfortunate. I wish we had double spelled with these last turn now. Chalice on 1. Opponent. Brutal. This has got to be what, E Tron then? Oh, they even have a blocker for Matter Reshaper? Oh. See, this is what I'm talking about. You can't get overconfident versus Tron. They're going to do something that's going to screw you up. Yeah, get hyped. It's Burn, the most exciting deck in the modern format. Who can't help but be hyped for something this outside of the norm? I feel you on that one, Titan. I hate Tron like some people hate Burn. Opponent sees how dead they would be except for their Chalice. think I might just be dead here. I mean, if they smash, definitely. So they can attack with these both. I can't really... I guess I could block one. Does that change anything, though? Because that's 8. Yeah, I'm dead regardless. There's nothing I can do. Even if I find a Boros Charm on top, I'm not going to be able to close this game out. Let's bring in Smash. We could bring in Deflecting Palm as well. Path to Exile seems interesting. Probably going to want to take out... Let's see here. We're on the play. Eidolon is probably still fine. Can we take out Searing Blaze? Most of their creatures aren't going to be killed by that. Just take out a Skullcrack too. I kind of want to keep, you know, like some of my 2-drops here. I could be just taking out my Skullcracks, but they could have like Worm Coil Engine, but also we know they have Chalice, so keeping a healthy amount of 2-drops here means I might be able to continue casting my spells as the game goes. Yeah, this looks fine. Gonna take a while before we can deploy this Rift Bolt, though. Kinda want to just smash that Expedition map. Think that's what we're gonna do. Because if I play Eidolon there, they're not going to play anything for Eidolon to trigger on. They're just going to use the Expedition map. Don't think I attack into this. Maybe next turn. Attacking into that could put an extra land onto the opponent's side. Definitely do not want that. Not to mention potentially drawing them a land as well. Attack just seems bad there. Nice. Eidolon getting some value. I think this is lethal, right? Maybe not quite. I think this is 10 damage. Put them to 1. Okay. Not the card that I was afraid of. I was actually afraid of Thought-Knot Seer there much more than Reality Smasher. This is fine. Can even block it with Eidolon. Don't need it anymore. Alright, so we're going to need to take out Eidolons for this matchup. Or, sorry, for this game. So we're going to bring in for that. I guess, like, the simple thing we could do is just bring Guide, Swiftspear, Skullcrack back in, and maybe the third path to Exile. Could also bring the Helix in. Alright, well, let's just take these out. We know we want to do that. I'm going to bring in the extra 2 mana spell because of the Chalice. Zero lands, no chance to keep. This hand looks great to me. The question really at this point is, what do we throw back? I'm going to keep the 2 lands. Going to keep the Swiftspear. Going to keep the Smash to Smithereens. I think we might get rid of the Rift Bolt. Like, this can hit for 5. Although it's actually kind of bad versus Thought-Knot Seer. Goblin Guide. I don't want to give them extra lands. I'm going to start with a Swiftspear. Okay. Swiftspear just hit him for 4. Hey, I hope so. Generally, when cards are reprinted, prices drop, and then they will go back up again. We could target with that with Smash, but it doesn't really do any good. Maybe they'll make some creatures or something. Chalice of the Void on top. We can smash maybe the Chalice. Good thing we played that Goblin Guide, I guess. Yeah, this is all we can do. And Deflecting Palm does not target, that's right. Very strange wording on this card, but nowhere does it say target. Kind of like Circle of Protection. It follows that kind of vein, I think. Or I think maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm going to have to relook at Circle of Protection. Can't remember how that works. Source of your choice. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So I'm not just spouting bad information. Okay, so opponent chose not to deploy the Chalice. I imagine so they could make a car instruct here to block, was their plan. It's not going to go according to plan, though. So yeah, speaking about like the circuit protections again, it's a strategy sometimes used in Pauper versus the Bogles list. You can have a circuit protection green, and then Bogles isn't going to be able to do too much. It's a lot of mana. What did they reveal? I mean, they just... Okay. That's a lot of stuff. Chalice on 0? Really? Doesn't that sort of hurt you more? Blast Zone? Oh, well. That's a thing. All right. Your death is suspended. What is your play, opponent? Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. We could have held up Deflecting Palm for Shadow Spear there, because we would have had the 3 mana anyways. Next turn to play the Rift Bolt. So very heads up. Although actually, now that I was thinking like, oh well, maybe they have Chalice. No, it's Chalice on 0, not Chalice on 1. I have no idea why they played Chalice on 0. Maybe to make their constructs bigger. That's got to be it. Also, not a problem. I wonder if they know Chalice doesn't work on Riftbolt. Alright, well, it worked out for us. This hand looks great. Scalding Tarn Pass, love it. Guess we'll start with the Vantage. Alright. Mountain, they get to draw a card. Do you have removal spell? No. Cool. And they take one from the Scalding Tarn. Love to see it. Triome. Basic Island, Basic Mountain. This is probably what? Crashing Footfalls? Thank you. Non-land is what I was looking for. We're going to go for a Boros Charm here. On the opponent's turn. Oh, they're going to ice the Goblin Guide. Okay. I think we still Boros Charm on their turn because I don't want to get Force of Negation. Maybe I should have set a stop on their upkeep for the Boros Charm. Because now they could just hard cast. Okay, they're going to cast Shardless Agent. Yep. Get a bunch of Rhinos. Yep. And yeah, see, they are playing Force of Negation. No surprise. Now, Goblin Guide is not doing the damage that it needed to do. Oh, Searing Blaze. I like that a lot. Let's do it. Get rid of the Shardless Agent. And then I guess we can fetch mountain, spike them. Seven life, and I got 6 in hand. We need them to fetch again. Either that or draw some action. Almost any action would be good enough. Almost, not quite. Like Boros Charm would do it. Searing Blaze would not. Lightning Bolt would do it. Eidolon would not. But Goblin Guide or Swiftspear probably would. I imagine they're going to attack here. Yep. Action. No action. We're going to crack that Sunbaked Canyon. End of their turn. We flooded out. Hey, Chuck! Happy Wren's Day! Thank you so much for the support and the clever puns. How you doing, friend? Hope you're doing all right. Crashing in for the full damage. Oh, maybe not. Holding back. Hello, handsome. So handsome, how's the new place? In shambles, haha. Oh no. That's not generally the state of things. I want to... Oh no. Living in a box castle? Okay, so sort of like the, what was that place called? The Kitten Kingdom? Box Kingdom? Same place. Eidolon, yeah, that's not the thing. I think we just pass to their upkeep here and go for it. Cute. All right. What do you got? Anything? Yeah. Just sweating out if they had the Force of Negation there, but they did not. All right, so we're going to bring in 4 Pyro... Oh, wait, no. No. Not allowed to play Pyroblasts in Modern, so let's bring in Roiling Vortex. We could potentially bring in Deflecting Palm. Palm could be good for 4. I don't hate that. Take a quick look here at what Rhinos is going to be doing. What did I call it? Did I call it Rhinos? Okay. Mystical Dispute, maybe. Feel like their sideboard is not very well set up for burn. Okay, that's a bonus. I mean, maybe. If they are, then there's nothing we can do about it. We don't have any answer to that. All right, so we are on the draw, but I think this is actually one of the matchups where Eidolon is okay on the draw because we're going to be able to play Eidolon, then turn 3 they're going to crash. Maybe we still don't want it. Rift Bolt is also something we can cut if we're playing Roiling Vortex. We probably, I mean, the Blaze are okay. The Skullcrack is actually, I think, probably worse. They have no way of gaining life. So Skullcrack isn't necessary. So we've got a lot of things that we can take out. I don't think I want to bring anything else in. I don't know if I want to go as far as Path. It just seems like a bad deal. Taking... Okay, so I need to take out 5 cards. Boom. Take out the Searing Blazes and 2 Skullcracks. Not a huge fan, but it's a hand. Kind of like these mountains for burn deck. Opponent is on the mull. And keeps at 6. All right, let's go. Ooh, Roiling Vortex. Nice. Problem with playing this on turn 2, though, is Petty Theft. Opponent is playing Rhinos. So Eidolon is better versus Petty Theft, but Roiling Vortex is the better card in general versus Cascade. Just drew them in Gemstone Caverns. Okay, if they're going to stomp the Goblin Guide, perfect time to play Roiling Vortex then. They have the Force of Negation. Opponent had it all there. Yeah, Vortex is pretty bad after Cascade, although, like they could Cascade a couple times. They're not going to need to, though. I guess we're going to be holding up Deflecting Palm, play Rift Bolt. It's looking like we're probably not going to make it through this one. We're also flooding out pretty bad. No way. All right, all right. Next game. Well, game one, we got lucky. They didn't have Force of Negation. Game two, we weren't as lucky. And they did. So unfortunate we don't have access to Pyroblast in Modern. Double Eidolon. I think we probably lose this game. Rift Bolt might be better than Deflecting Palm. Like, Deflecting Palm kind of changes clocks a little bit, where, like, opponent is expecting to deal 8 and they only deal 4. But, yeah, the other thing that led me to taking out, Okay, no, I actually have all the Rift Bolts still in. One of the reasons I would take out Rift Bolt is because of, the Vortex, because it can deal me 5 damage, but they're all actually still in here. That is really unfortunate. They just stole the initiative from us. So we're only going to be able to get one Eidolon down instead of 2 Eidolons before they cascade. Oh, wow. I did not expect that to resolve. I mean, sorry, I did expect it to resolve, but I expected them to cast Violent Outburst first. Tapped land. Neat. Do we go in for combat here? They didn't have it last turn, but they could have it this turn. No way! Nice! Our courage is rewarded. Preventing the 4 damage might give you one more turn. That's what I was thinking. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. This one. Okay. Fury. Do we save the Eidolon? Eidolon's going to do a lot of damage when they... I mean, they only have 1, so I guess it's only doing 2 damage. So Boros Charm does 4. Just seems better to Boros Charm their face then. And we can Deflecting Palm the Fury. Yeah, face is the place. It's pretty rare to want to use Boros Charm for an alternate mode in this deck. Palm the Fury, no, I mean, give my creatures indestructible so that my Eidolon lives. That's unfortunate. Spike. Neat. How does Palm work on double strike? It works once. So Deflecting Palm will deal them 3 damage during the first strike damage phase, and then the game will end. But if they were at 4 life, I would take the subsequent 3. Exactly. Alright, let's see if they have Counterspell. Looks like they do. Alright, we're still in it. Taking a lot of damage, though. We need to draw something good this turn. We got 2 draws. Because 8 plus 6 is 14. What do we get? What do we get? Are they going to ice something? Six months. Half a year of support. Thank you so much. That's excellent. All right, well, enjoy those emotes. Thank you so much for continuing the sub. Yeah, that ice is totally useless. Yeah, exactly. How many lands am I going to draw here? I need action. Action, 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 action. Yes! Did you draw Force of Negation? You did not. 2-0. This hand, though, way too many lands, and none of these lands draw cards. Mulligan. 2 lands. We have an Eidolon. We'll keep this, get rid of... I think we get rid of Spike. Ooh, Street Wraith. Must be playing against Shadow. Would the Wooded Foothills pass? They don't know what they're playing against yet. And they shock in the Watery Grave because they're playing Shadow, and that's how you do it. Love it. I was thinking I wanted to bolt them while they were tapped out, but I don't want to actually like give them access to Death Shadow, so I thought better of playing the bolt right there. I was thinking attack first. I figured they were going to play Fatal Push if they had it regardless, but maybe they wouldn't have. Oh, this is Dimir Shadow. I haven't seen this very much, but I have heard of it. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I saved 2 damage to myself. Um, Makes sense. Do we bring in Rest in Peace? Because they're Tainted Indulgence and their Drown in the Lock will never work. Do we bring in Sanctifier on Vec? So okay, so no one Rip, Sanctifier maybe. We could bring in Path as well, but I think I just want to go fast. And I kind of feel like Deflecting Palm is already taking up that slot. Thinking the Searing Blaze and the Skullcracks are probably the cards we're looking at taking out. Ah, right, Shredder. So Searing Blaze does have a target. I think we'll do this. Yeah, it is hard to kill Shredder with Blaze, but I think just, like that chance makes Blaze better than Skullcrack, because they're not going to be gaining life. Two lands, keep this. I even have a turn 1 Swiftspear, turn 2 Eidolon, love to see it. Searing Blaze is a little bit awkward, but if they play a turn 2 Ledger Shredder, maybe we can hit it if they, don't have a bauble. Going for the fetch. Maybe they have a Fatal Push right away. Okay. Swiftspear deals 3 damage, takes a Fatal Push out of their hand, and keeps that Fatal Push away from our Eidolon. Another land. Okay, deck. Okay, that's enough lands. No more lands, please. Ah, another Fatal Push. Oh, they're full up on spells. We know that. I like playing this, though. Nice. Resolves. Ah, it's going to be a hard one for them to deal with. We're going to have to keep the Sunbaked Canyon in hand unless we draw another land for the Searing Blaze. Oh, okay. Well, we have a target. They are going to be able to grow it to a 4/4, which is unfortunate, but we can at least... I guess Searing Blaze actually grows this thing for them, huh? That's kind of funny. And actually, Searing Blaze doesn't do anything to the Shadow. It literally makes Shadow a 4/4. But I was wondering if they were going to want to like try and fetch Shock to save the Shadow, which they did. So we actually just got a free 3 damage. We could attack with Sanctifier, and then we have a 2-turn clock with the Lightning Helix. Yeah, so I'm going to count that Searing Blaze as a Jedi Mind Trick. Ooh, okay. Whatever I was thinking about before is blown out of my mind. We're facing MHayashi, the master of red, master of mountains. About to reveal Obosh, the Prey Piercer. What did I tell ya? Alright, so this is a 1-land hand. We have no creatures. We're going to mulligan this. Another 1-land hand with no creatures, and I do not like this hand at all. Kind of sucks. We're mulliganing to Oblivion here, but this is at least a keepable hand. Looks like MHayashi is not currently in chat, but yeah, I'll say that. Pretty exciting to be playing against MHayashi. Um, they have put together actually a lot of lists that I personally have used. Ooh, a response. Good luck, have fun. Nice to play you again, finally. I think we bumped into each other before. Either way, love your content. Oh my god, thank you. That's awesome. Feels good to get a little bit of recognition from someone you respect. You know what I mean? Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. My palms are starting to get sweaty. I wrote you this poem. It talks about how your decks show that you really understand me as a person. We're gonna be so close. Blood Moon, yep. Don't laugh. Blood Moon is actually good versus burn. It just killed 8 of my cards in my deck. I know, right? I've played some of Hayashi's lists before, and some of them, like I was kidding before. Some of them have spoken to me. Other ones, I just couldn't get them to work. Yeah, that's true. 8 very good cards. We have to hope that we just don't draw any of them. Oh, no. I guess that could be worse. Six to face. Yeah, we are in huge trouble here. I don't think we can win this anymore. Yeah, there's no way. Now, remember, we did mulligan twice on that one, but that Blood Moon's pretty good. We don't really have a lot of cards we want to even bring in here, do we? Could bring in Sanctifier, but it's only like so-so. It's a 2-mana protection from red creature that is uncastable if they play a Blood Moon. Could play Smash. They usually play like some sort of Urza Saga kind of deal. I think we probably just go with what we got here. As much as I would love to take out some of these cards, so you just have a pure red deck, I don't think it's worth it. You're thinking Sanctifier for sure? I'm thinking it's going to be like uncastable. Really? Shit. That's a Yeah, that's a really good question. And I'm actually wondering that. I'm going to ask MHayashi after the game if they kept Moonin, because generally you're thinking Moon's not that great versus Burn, but like I was saying before, and as we saw, it cut off my Helix. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Unless there's a Planeswalker that likes taking damage. Turns out I just have no idea what's going on. Eidolon. They get to draw a mountain. Oops. The two cards, these are exiled forever. Do I go for a Skullcrack now? Just wait. Get that F6 value. Oh, until your next end step. I thought it was until the next end step. Okay. Well, I guess I was wrong. It happens sometimes. But don't let anybody know. There we go. We don't have to ask the question. Sunbaked Canyon is looking pretty poor, and we draw Boros Charm. MHayashi keeping in the Blood Moon is a mad genius. We're going to keep the Foothills in our hand for Searing Blaze. Yeah, the Flame Blitz didn't make a lot of sense to me. Kind of interesting, though, since like you can just cycle it if it's not working. And a very clean answer to Planeswalkers. Yeah, that makes sense. Cycling being better than the rest of the board makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I've seen that, Blowbear. Although, like, the idea was you switch them. You would have, whatever, like Blood Moons or Urza Sagas. One of them was in the main, one of them was in the side, and you can switch them out. Oh, shoot! Huh, that is definitely not what I meant to do. I tapped 3 mana. I meant to cast the card, not suspend it. Alright, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. That was a dexterity error that probably won't mean anything in the course of the game. Another Rift Bolt. All right. It's one of those crux moments. Edge of your seat type. I think we're getting one more turn. Maybe we aren't, though. Maybe MHayashi already has it locked down. 4, 5, 6, 12. Exactly! MHayashi! Blood Moon wins the game. Oh, maybe. Oh, you're right. Yep. And there's the lightning bolt. Had it all along. Eidolon was not going to do it. Good games, MHayashi. Alright, no creature, which is unfortunate, but we do have 2 lands, both of our colors, and a hand full of spells. We're keeping this. $17 damage in hand, plus the Blood Crypt. We just need 1 more damage. Just deciding if I wanted to Lightning Bolt on their upkeep. Why fetch over basic? Mishra's Bauble. Also to get the fetch with. Also so they maybe wouldn't know exactly what I was playing, but I realized Mishra's Bauble showed them Helix. I know what I'm doing. But we're going to start with 1 fetch. And then, we're going to want to actually discard a land here. Only taking 1 this turn, though. So yeah, I'm able to shuffle away the card they saw with Mishra's Bauble. So we can get a basic Plains because of the trauma of Blood Moon. If only I had a basic Plains in my deck, that match versus MHayashi would have went completely differently. I have just the Plains to put in there. I like the whole do nothing on their side of the turn. Wonder if that was a misclick or if they just really don't want to do anything. That shadow's going to grow real fast. Let's bring in Sanctifier, Deflecting Palm. Do I want Path to Exile for Shadow? Kind of feel like Palm's already doing the same thing. We might want... no, I think Sanctifier already does enough. We don't need Rest in Peace. All right, well, enjoy your day, Handsome. Thank you very much for coming by and hanging out with us today. Catch you next time. Deflecting Palm only makes Shadow bigger! So does our whole deck. We're going to take out one Eidolon on the draw, and we're going to try and remember to bring the Eidolon back in when we're on the play. I don't know. I think that feels bad. Eidolon just seems so good in this matchup. We're going to keep all four. We're going to have to take something else out. Either Searing Blaze or Rift Bolt. Ooh, yeah, no. Okay. Keep this. We'll ditch one thing. Bolt? I think it's either Bolt or Charm. Charm is better if we draw land. Bolt is better if we don't. Fetch Shock, the dream play for a burn. Yeah, love to see it every time. Fetch Shock, let's go. Fetch Shock all day. Bolt yourself. Oh, Thoughtseize. Let's take a look at their taste in basic swamps. I like this one. I like it. You have an obvious swamp. You got like some roots from those, what are those trees called? The ones that, like the roots are very prevalent and they kind of go into swampy water. I think about like crocodiles and stuff. Anyways, and then the carriage in the background like sunk into the swamp. Yeah, I like it. Mongroven. I'm not saying it right though, am I? Mongrove? Sounds about right. Basic Mountain, Darcy, and another Thoughtseize. Probably takes Eidolon here. Was that card on top? Puts Drown in the Lock in the graveyard. Okay. Was not card on top. Fatal Push on top for them. Kind of want to go get another Sacred Foundry, or another white source rather here, just in case we draw into Sanctifier. So I'm going to want to have white ready to go. I'm a little bit scatterbrained today, friends. I don't know if you've noticed, I'm a little bit more so than usual, but thanks for sticking around today, everybody. Hope you are enjoying the Burn League. We are going to be having a second league right after this one. I know some days I'm just, like in it for one league, but today I'm in it for two. One of the reasons I played Burn, because I wanted to get a lot of magic down. Can tell you love to play Burn. Ooh, Thoughtseize. And you were happy to see it. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, it's Thoughtseize. Terminate on top. I think we know they have push in hand. Love the fetch here. Puts them to 6. Take that damage. Take that damage. They're not taking the damage. Oh, and they got their 3/3 as well. For you. We're going to leave the Wooded Foothills as is. I think we still have a Searing Blaze in the deck. Let me double check that. Yeah, we still have 2 Searing Blaze in the deck, so we're going to want to keep the Wooded Foothills exactly where it is, no crack. When Cooper says you will do a second league after you miss most of the first. Glad you like to hear that. I wouldn't be feeling too nice if it was the opposite. Oh man, second league? Gotta watch this guy for longer? Because, like someone's got to be out there hate watching, right? Hey, blind. Give it indestructible. That might have actually been a time where the indestructible was good. We would have got 3 damage in instead of 4, so opponent would be at 3, which is still fine, still dead to a burn spell off the top, and we would get to keep both of our creatures. So that might have actually been the time to go indestructible. It's just like a kind of like a shortcut. I don't think about it very often. I thought it was only 3 damage. I'm gonna crack the Foothills now. They go to 1. Drown the lock. Oh, and then go get Croxa now? They bring back Croxa. Attack for 3. I've got 1 shot. 1 opportunity. Oh, Ledger Shredder. Burn! Found a spell. Gotcha. 4-1! We did it, friends! Only loss was to the Master of Mountains, MHayashi.